That's not a good sign. Special Agent Smith.
The FBI! Finally, some backup. Lieutenant's expecting you. Straight ahead. Watch out for the bloodstains. Forensics hasn't been through here yet.
Got it. The victim lost a lot of blood.
Yeah, I'm still looking.
Don't worry.
I'll finish here and then I'm on my way.
Free. You're gonna be okay.
Lieutenant Anderson, I'm in charge of the investigation.
Special Agent Smith, FBI.
Really? Smith. Is that some kind of joke?
No, why?
Let it go. Never mind. I'll give you the DL. We got a call from the caretaker around 2:15. He told us that one of his residents was brought in with an injury carried by his bodyguards. We sent a squad car that got here around 2:45.
Who was the first person on the scene?
That would be Baker. He's somewhere around here. It shouldn't be hard to find him.
Is the caretaker still here?
He's in the living room. But I don't think you'll be able to get anything useful out of him. Poor guy's in shock.
Okay, then what?
When they stepped inside, the guys came face to face with that.
Do we know who the victim is?
Yeah, he had his ID on him. It's the owner, a guy named Jason Moore. I don't know who this guy pissed off, but things didn't work out too well for him.
Did you secure all the exits and entrances to the building?
Yes, we've got men on the ground floor and in the parking garage.
How do you get to the parking garage?
You'll have to ask the caretaker. He's the one who took my men down there.
What have you got on Moore?
He was an asset manager. But if you ask me, he was involved in some shady stuff that we're sure to find out about. It's not every day that an accountant gets his head chopped off.
Where are the bodyguards?
We haven't found anyone yet.
Do we know if he had a family?
Yeah, a wife and an 8-year-old daughter. The wife, Lydia Moore, 34 years old, architect, dual citizen of Costa Rica and the US, no criminal record. Yeah, we're trying to get a hold of her. The daughter, June. We've looked and she's not here either.
Go on.
We're still looking for the head. We're waiting on forensics for everything else, but they're busy with another case.
What case?
You haven't heard? At one international place. They say it was a real bloodbath. So, you're here to take over the case?
No. I'm working on something else. Moore's name popped up in one of our investigations, but I can't talk about it.
Okay, I'll let my team know. Agent Smith from the FBI is here. We're still in charge of the investigation, so please cooperate with him.
My ship ended up at the bottom of the sea as well, like my other lives. A signet ring with a beaver on it. Moore went to MIT.
Oh.
Interesting.
This sort of formal decor might impress Boston high society, but not me.
Sorry, I'm busy.
One of the weapons is missing.
Come on. It'll pass. Don't worry.
Ugh, what a stench. Are you all right?
Yeah, just a little faint.
I was expecting it, but then... Give me a minute, and I'll head back.
The sight of blood. We've all been there, haven't we?
No. Oh, there are blood stains on the garbage chute.
Any news, guys?
Nothing, Lieutenant.
All right, no problem.
Why is the FBI interested in Moore?
His name came up in several financial investigations we're working on.
Sorry, Smith. A little busy here.
Looks like Lydia's planner. Lydia's life seems to revolve around June and her home in Costa Rica, with Jason often absent. The apartment has changed since my last visit. Jason, Lydia, and June. A little family all together. And in large format. June, who looks more like Jason than Lydia. Jason, proud of his family and his success. Lydia, radiant and beaming. They wanted to bring a little vacation back home. A real jungle in the heart of Boston. A truly peaceful oasis. Why were you looking for peace, Jason? I warned you, Jason. God, did I warn you? We destroy all that we touch. Moore's ambition could have made him one of our own. Instead, we made him our slave. My sire always said that at a prince's court, like in a game of chess, you must know when to sacrifice your pawns.
Did you find anything?
We're waiting for the forensics.
Did you inherit your mother's artistic talent, June? Did you inherit your mother's artistic talent, June?
You must be Smith.
Yes.
Rickman.
Have you found anything?
Not yet. This is the girls' room. There's no sign of her. I guess that's a good thing.
I'm going to take a look around. Let me know if you find anything.
Okay, Smith. Poor kid.
June's whole life in pictures. June celebrating her 4th birthday. June dressed up for Halloween. Jason and June, probably on a beach in Costa Rica. I've never been in this part of the apartment before. Jason, Lydia, June, in Costa Rica, I think. Beryl, will you ever change? I understand better now. The prince asked more for a complete report on the members of the Primogen. Someone tossed a bunch of stuff in this bag, in a hurry to leave. Poems in Lydia's mother tongue. A cell phone. Locked, of course. concept of a laundry basket seems too abstract for some people. Bottle of disinfectant, obviously handled by someone who was bleeding. A drafting table. That must be Lydia's desk. The blueprints of a house on the west coast of Costa Rica. Pura Vida Extension Project. There's a retainer here somewhere. The mayor's deeds. Portfolios of old shares. A Boston manufacturer's files. Deeds, stock portfolios. Moore doesn't just manage the Camarilla's business. It was my greatest pleasure before. Now everything tastes like ashes.
Officer Baker, can I help you?
Were you the first person to arrive at the scene of the crime?
Yes, sir. My partner and I were the first to get here.
Just tell me about it.
We got the call around 2:20. The caretaker had called because a resident was injured. It took us about 20 minutes to get here. The poor guy was in a panic. He told us he'd seen one of the tenants, Jason Moore, enter the building, and he looked hurt. He was being held up by his 2 bodyguards, and he was bleeding a lot.
Did he see the wound?
Yeah, he said the victim was holding his right hip. So I went upstairs with the caretaker. We saw blood in the elevator and on the landing. I rang the doorbell, but nobody answered, so the caretaker opened the door. I identified myself. There were traces of blood leading down the hall away from the entrance, and just after that, I found the decapitated body.
Did your partner come with you?
No, he stayed in the foyer to secure the entrance to the building.
Did you touch the body?
No. There was nothing I could do to help him, so I secured the scene. I put my gloves on to take his ID out of his jacket pocket so we could identify him. Then I called it in.
Where was the caretaker during that time?
I told him not to come inside, but he followed me. When he saw the corpse, he was really shaken. He wouldn't let go of me.
Then what did you do?
I called for backup. They told me that forensics would get here as soon as they could. They were out at another case. That was their top priority.
After that?
I secured the entrance to the apartment. After that, I searched the ground floor. There was nobody around. But from the looks of things, somebody searched the apartment. When Sergeant Lehane got here, she took care of upstairs. It's a good thing, too, because it took everyone else another 15 minutes to get here. She didn't find anyone there.
So there's no sign of the family then?
Nothing. The place is empty.
If you remember anything else, let me know.
Of course.